and welcome to my channel. And no, this is not my new backdrop. I just finished recording a video for my second channel, Leiji Love, and this is the backdrop for that channel. So if you guys are interested in Japanese street fashion and would like some skincare and lifestyle advice from me, please be sure to check out my channel. Links are down there in the description box below. Now, let's get on to this video, shall we? If you guys follow me on social media, you know that Mama loves using markers and paints for their illustrations. However, ever since I shared my video of me coloring this illustration, which was sold as a print that came with my limited edition art books and volume 4 of my published series, Sacred, you guys have been asking me left and right, how do you blend markers like that? So today I'm going to be sharing 5 super useful hacks and tips and techniques that will help you blend so much easier with markers, guys. Of course, I'm not saying that you don't have to practice. You do have to practice these techniques to get the best result. But I'm telling you right now, if you do practice these techniques as often as you can, I am telling you, you are going to get such good freaking results. So without further ado, let's get started. Hack number 1. If you want to be able to get a cohesive, even look when you color with your markers, such as if you want something to be like one solid color, or you're trying to color a nice solid black background or a solid red background, color in a circular motion. A lot of people tend to do the zigzag motion while they're coloring, and unfortunately that distributes ink unevenly, and you'll have some areas actually overlapping more ink than others. So wherever there's more ink is darker, wherever there's less ink is lighter. So if you color in a nice circular motion all throughout, it actually distributes the ink really evenly and creates a smooth, uniform look. Hack number 2, the closer the color codes are to each other, the better they're going to blend with each other. What am I talking about? Now, most marker brands actually have color codes either on the body of the markers or on the caps themselves. Basically what these numbers are is basically telling you where on the color chart this color goes. So E00 would be the first one, followed by E01, E02, E03. Now the E on a marker represents earth tones, R at the beginning of the code represents reds, then RB represents reddish blues, and so on and so forth. And now that you understand what I'm talking about, now I can tell you how this can help you blend markers out. Because a lot of you have the problem that you know what color you want to use, but now you have no idea what color to blend with that color. The solution is choose the color you want to use, and let's just pretend the color you want to use is R3. The best colors to use to blend with R3 would be R4 or R5, you know, for the darker shading, or R2 or R1 for the highlights. So now you know what colors will actually blend in with this color. Of course, you can go a little further down the color chart and use like an R8, but understand you're going to need another color to help blend those colors together, which brings us into hack number 3. When you are choosing colors to blend with each other, choose a light color, a medium color, and a dark color. Because the problem is, if you just choose a light color and a dark color, they may be too far apart from each other on the color chart, so that when you try to blend them together, it creates streaking. So what you need is a transitional color, something right in the middle to help you blend all 3 of them together. That brings us into number 4. Work from the lightest color to the darkest color. This is when the magic happens. Once you understand the color chart, once you understand you need to choose 3 colors, the light, the medium, and the dark color, now you can actually go into applying the colors onto your paper and really practice how to blend them into each other. Now what you have to do is apply the lightest color, and once the lightest color is still wet on your paper, go in with the medium color. And while the medium color is still wet, go back in with the lightest color to blend them out so there are no seams. Now, while that's still wet on your paper, go in with the darkest color and begin to apply the shadows. And again, while that's wet, now you gotta go with the medium and try to blend out the scene so you don't see any streaking where the darkest and the lightest color meet each other, and you will get a nice seamless blend and transition through all three of the colors. I hope that makes sense. And if you didn't realize, I kept saying while the color is still wet, while it's still wet. Why? Because number 5, markers are a wet medium, and wet mediums blend best when they are still wet. If you're working with charcoals or with color pencils, they're dry mediums. They are meant to be blended into each other while they are dry, but paint is wet. Markers are wet. So once the moisture evaporates and dries up, that's it. Their pigment is trapped wherever it is. So while the markers are still wet on your paper, that's your chance to manipulate and blend the pigments. And my best advice for practicing this technique is, like I mentioned in my Artist Life Hacks video, make copies of your illustrations with a photo printer and use those copies to practice on. That way you're not going to have that stress of, oh my gosh, I don't want to mess up my drawing, because girl, you got a photocopy and make some more copies. You're good. Just play around with it and have fun and don't hold back. I know that I create very large illustrations, so a lot of you want to also create large scale illustrations, but it takes a lot of time and practice to get to a point where you can actually control such a large, canvas, if you will. Try drawing small faces, things this big, and try coloring and blending those first, and over time gradually you can work your way up to larger paper and larger scale illustrations. It's a lot harder to blend on a larger scale. It's a lot easier to blend and a lot less stressful if the face you're coloring is like this big. You know what I mean? I hope you guys found this video super useful. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. And please check out my other Artist Life Hack videos, guys. So until next time, please take care, God bless, and do not be afraid to nerd out. Take care, guys.